Hello there and welcome back to our channel. Today we're delving into a topic that's both intriguing and thought-provoking. We're going to explore the 5 rules that former US presidents must follow as they navigate life after the White House. Welcome to Wealthbound, the ultimate destination for all things opulent and lavish. Whether you're an aspiring affluent individual or simply fascinated by the finer things in life, Wealthbound is here to heighten your senses and enchant you with the epitome of luxury. Now, being an ex-president isn't all about glitzy dinners and a permanent place in the history books. There's much more to it than that. It's a journey that involves handling classified state secrets, gaining insights into enigmatic events like those at Area 51, and occasionally feeling a bit like you're watching a tamer version of The Bachelorette. But have you ever wondered why these retired leaders need security updates throughout their lives? Or why can't they publicly criticize their fellow presidents? Today we're going to unravel the stories behind these rules and what they mean in the grander scheme of things. Body. Rule 1. Lifelong security updates. Being an ex-president isn't so bad. You receive invitations to extravagant dinners, secure your spot in the history books, and gain perpetual access to classified state secrets. While the prospect of handling state secrets might seem daunting, it offers insights into enigmatic occurrences like those at Area 51. Think of it as akin to watching The Bachelorette, but with considerably less drama and conflict. You may be curious about the rationale behind retired presidents continually needing security updates and the origins of this rule. It's not because the Secret Service simply desires to spend more time with former presidents. It's primarily a gesture of respect to these former leaders. They possess security clearances and knowledge of ongoing affairs. Additionally, their counsel can be invaluable, especially during the initial stages of a new administration. However, the decision to provide security updates ultimately rests with the incumbent president. To illustrate, in 2018, Donald Trump considered revoking Barack Obama's access to security briefings. Joe Biden went even further by entirely denying Trump access to such reports following the events of the January 6th incident. It's almost as riveting as The Bachelorette, complete with intrigue and drama. Moving on. Rule 2. No disparaging other presidents. Another stringent rule, widely disregarded, prohibits former presidents from criticizing their counterparts. However, this rule does encourage them to resolve their disagreements in a more refined manner. The concept behind this rule has roots as old as the White House itself, emphasizing the importance of projecting unity and statesmanship. When you hold the highest office in the nation's capital, you are expected to exemplify dignity and decorum. Publicly ridiculing fellow commanders-in-chief as if they were late-night comedy targets is discouraged. Instead, maintaining a facade of unity is paramount. Historically, ex-presidents adhered fervently to this rule. They refrained from airing grievances, wore impassive expressions, and pretended to be devoid of opinions about their predecessors and successors. This act aimed to present an image of harmony and collaboration to the American public, even though behind closed doors they may have been exasperated like teenagers at a family gathering. However, the political landscape changed in the 21st century. It seems that the gloves are off, and ex-presidents are engaging in political clashes more intense than WWE matches. The tradition of refraining from criticizing one another is gradually eroding in the era of social media and polarized politics. So why was this rule established in the first place? It was designed to maintain peace and deter flagrant acts of treason, such as the events of January 6th. Rule 3. Ineligibility for Vice President. We are familiar with the constitutional prohibition against presidents serving more than 2 terms, whether consecutively or not. However, what many overlook is that they are also ineligible to run for vice president. In 2020, when Joe Biden secured the Democratic Party's nomination for the presidential election, many anticipated him selecting Barack Obama as his running mate. The absence of Obama on the vice presidential ticket even prompted mild consternation among Democrats. The 12th Amendment, in essence, clarifies that individuals ineligible for the presidency cannot vie for the vice presidency. The rationale behind this rule lies in the presidential line of succession. Allowing a 2-term president to assume the vice presidency could potentially result in the president-elect's resignation shortly after inauguration, fostering an autocratic leader fixated on power, as observed in Russia's political dynamics. Hence, the Constitution has taken precautionary measures to prevent ambitious populists from holding perpetual power. But what about single-term presidents like Jimmy Carter and Donald Trump? They can still run for both the presidency and vice presidency. In fact, Trump is on the brink of becoming the Republican nominee for the 2024 elections, pending any legal entanglements. However, most former presidents are content with retirement, retaining their substantial pensions, occasionally making public appearances, and inaugurating one or two libraries. Skipping the library part is not an option. Rule 4. Establishing a presidential library. This is where ex-presidents leave their indelible mark on history. While some may be remembered for instigating wars, losing them, or inciting unrest, it is preferable to be commemorated for founding a presidential library, rather than meeting an untimely end, perhaps in a Cadillac. The tradition of presidential libraries dates back to 1941, thanks to Franklin D. Roosevelt's initiative. He conceived the idea of creating a system for archiving everything related to the nation's most powerful position. Subsequently, it became a time-honored tradition, akin to maintaining a diary, but instead of Dear Diary, it's Dear America. The intricacies of this rule are codified in the Presidential Libraries Act of 1955. This legislation encourages former presidents to establish libraries housing presidential documents, papers, and other written materials of historical significance. These libraries are open to the public and often serve as grand public relations events for ex-presidents. In some cases, they even become their final resting places, making them eternal bibliophiles. However, the noteworthy aspect is that these libraries are not mere facades. They contain every word penned by a president during their tenure, including less commendable content. For instance, Bill Clinton's library features revealing details about his impeachment scandal. Ex-presidents do not have the privilege of cherry-picking what is included. All contents are public property, a measure implemented following Richard Nixon's attempt to bury the Watergate scandal. While ex-presidents may endeavor to spin events in their favor, like George W. Bush defending his contentious Iraq invasion in his library, it's all part of the legacy. So aspiring presidents should prepare to initiate their own library. It's a presidential rite of passage. Rule 5. Vigilant surveillance. Thankfully, there's no televised show quite like Big Brother. The original Big Brother alone suffices to demonstrate that people's personal lives are not as captivating as one might presume. Nevertheless, when it comes to individuals with access to the nuclear codes, diligent oversight is prudent. If you thought the TV show was invasive, you're unprepared for the real-world surveillance. The Secret Service and the FBI closely monitor former presidents, not because they anticipate a revolution, but because they possess sensitive information, including launch codes, accounts of extraterrestrial sightings, and the whereabouts of Jimmy Hoffa's remains. However, surveillance serves purposes beyond this. With their knowledge and influence, ex-presidents become magnets for foreign intelligence agencies and terrorist groups. Recall the instance when Bill Clinton traveled to North Korea to secure the release of 2 American journalists. The US government had to explicitly state, "He possesses no special intelligence, folks, so cease kidnapping attempts." It's no jest. The moment a president sets foot in a foreign country, espionage commences. These are the 5 rules that former presidents must adhere to. Their post-presidential lives entail more than lavish dinners and photo opportunities. They exist under scrutiny and bear the responsibility of safeguarding the nation's secrets wherever they go. So the next time you witness a retired president on television, remember that their retirement is not as idyllic as it may seem. Well, folks, that concludes our journey into the fascinating world of the rules that former US presidents must navigate after their time in the White House. It's a realm filled with complexities, where history and tradition meet modern challenges. This was Wealthbound, the ultimate destination for all things opulent and lavish. Whether you're an aspiring affluent individual or simply fascinated by the finer things in life, Wealthbound is here to heighten your senses and enchant you with the epitome of luxury. I hope you found this exploration as intriguing as I did. If you did, please take a moment to show your support by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel for more thought-provoking content. If you have any questions or if there's a topic you'd like us to delve into, feel free to drop your thoughts in the comments below. We value your input and are always eager to explore subjects that interest you. So the next time you see a retired president on TV, you'll have a deeper understanding of the rules and responsibilities that accompany them. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the world's hidden stories. Take care.